Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Left Hand Path of Purpose. My name's Matthew Moldavite. Now, I know in the previous two videos I talked about some topics on vampirism and your death name, but in this video we're going to discuss death essence. And it's actually going to be a whole series I've prepared. We're going to be discussing what death essence is, how you can cultivate it, and how you can also work with it for your own alchemy. All right, let's dive in. First off, if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. This channel is relatively new compared to my old channel, Aquarian Dynamics. While that channel is more orientated towards light, this one, of course, is more darkness. That's how I'm keeping balance in my life. Now, in this wonderful video, we're discussing what death essence is. And the big question is, what is it? Well, the name is pretty self-explanatory. When you think about death, what is it? It's that transformational energy that takes us from one plane to another. Death essence is the liquefied, or you could say personified quantum matter or atomic matter of death essence. When someone dies, you could almost say they leave behind some of this energy, like a signature, a fingerprint that they've died. And then that location will have that fingerprint. A good example of a place to find lots of death essence would be a hospital. It's a place where enough people have died that they've left behind that kind of energetic fingerprint of death. You can almost feel when you go to hospitals too that there is an actual sense that, you know, people have died there. Same with asylums, graveyards, they all have death essence. That wonderful quantum energy of death, the transformational energy. And you don't need much of it. You need about a drop for power. Now, when it comes to cultivating death essence, there is many ways to go about this. One of them is, of course, if you're like me, you have the natural gift of being a soul eater, and you're someone that can eat souls, transmute their energy, and use it for your own well-being, or for magic, or really whatever purpose you wish. And then there's actually cultivating death essence, working with gods and goddesses that are known for bringing that essence, like the Angel of Death, Azrael, or wow, I'm going to say her name wrong, but Santa Morte, you know, Hades, Pluto. I personally also find that Satan's a good example for death essence, though I do find that when it comes to him, he will give you buckets full, so be mindful of that. He really likes to spoil with abundance. He's very helpful after all. He's such a wonderful, wonderful being to work with. When it comes to integrating death essence is the energy of that transformation. And this is where, in some ways, it can also be a bit dangerous to house too much death essence if you don't know how to properly hold it or work with it. A good example was a lesson that I learned about a week ago when I was cultivating quite a bit, and then I started to get eczema popping up on my face here, and if you look, you can see it. The skin's literally breaking apart. Now, while I do have eczema in other parts of my body, that's a clear example that I have taken in a little bit too much energy than my body can withhold. And this is where integrating and using the energy is important. Now, for me, death essence tends to show up as this green radioactive kind of goo. That's how I see it, how I visualize it. But how do you integrate this energy? Well, you integrate it with the violet flame of transformation, because it's the flame of alchemy, of power that way, or alchemical power and transmutation. So what you do is, let's say you have taken in a whole bunch of death essence. You see this in your aura, this green goo inside your body. Now what you need to do is transmute it, or rather integrate it, work with it, set a goal for it. What is your goal for the death essence? In my case, I'm going to use some right now that's already within me to boost my self-confidence. Watch and you'll see how to do it. First, you need to establish and acknowledge that you have death essence within you, that you have the primordial end, void, the power of death within you. See it in whatever way you wish. In my case, I'm going to see it as this green, goopy, radioactive, glowing stuff falling off my uvula. And as it falls, I'm seeing it fall into my stomach and instantly come out as self-confidence, as self-power. If I'm very blunt, I'm seeing little bubbles of like gastral fluids that are floating up with words like self-confidence, self-power. Maybe I'll animate that for you guys, but you get the idea. And that is how you use death essence, but you need to use it. The lesson that I learned the hard way was that I was just cultivating it and not directing it towards a goal. And if you don't direct it, it's just going to build in you. And then your body will slowly begin to deteriorate, because why? You're literally holding death within you and you're not using it. If you're going to work with death essence, use it the right way. Hopefully my example is a really good lesson for you guys. I tend to find I go through the lessons so you don't have to. But I'm a teacher and a guide, so yeah. If you're also interested in working equally with your light while you're on the path of night as well, please feel free to go check out my other channel, Aquarian Dynamics, where it's more focused towards light workers, chakras, that kind of stuff. I really used to talk about darkness and all these wonderful topics on that channel, but I felt like it was important to create balance. Thank you once again for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.